Well, for more on this story, joining us now from Colombo is Jehan Perera. He's the Executive Director of the National Peace Council of Sri Lanka. Really good to have you back with us, Jehan. As we heard there, the winner of the runoff, the new president, is seen as a political outsider. He's not from the political establishment, and a lot of people in Sri Lanka seem to like that. So what do Sri Lankans expect he will achieve now?
The most important issue at these elections was the issue of corruption, changing the system. It was system change, a demand that first arose during the period of economic collapse in 2022, and the protest movement that emanated from that. The demand was for system change, which essentially meant get rid of corruption, entrench corruption at every level, which was believed to be the reason for the economic collapse, because the leaders of the country were believed to have looted, ransacked the treasury. So that was one. And secondly, the demand for system change also is new faces in politics, new people, untainted people. Now, Anura Kumara, President Dissanayake, is not new to politics. He has been in there for several decades. He has been leader of the JVP, the core party of the National People's Power, which is the coalition that won this election, since 2014. He's a very experienced politician, but he has not really wielded government power, except for a brief period in 2000 and in the early 2000s, when he was part of a coalition government in which he was a minister. So he has some governmental experience, but essentially, he and his party members have not ruled the country, have not governed the country.
As you say, he has been briefly in a coalition government in the past, but now that he is the president, he will still have to work with some of those in the political elite, won't he? Do you think he'll be able to achieve his aims while working with those who were formerly part of the ruling party?
I think he definitely can, because he's a very, if you look at him, he's a very approachable, pleasant, intelligent, earnest person. And in the past, he has shown a willingness to support governments when they were doing the right thing, when they were fighting challenges against where they themselves were in difficulties. Like, for instance, in 2018, there was what we call a constitutional coup, where the then president sacked the then prime minister, who is the one who was the incumbent president. And Anura Kumara Dissanayake stood for the rule of law, for the constitution to be followed, because the president had behaved unconstitutionally in sacking the prime minister at that time in 2018. So in fact, he gave a lot of support. So I see Anura Kumara Dissanayake as a person who has worked constructively with the others in the polity. He's not a destructive opponent who just criticizes everything, but criticizes what he thinks is bad, what his party thinks is bad, and supports where they have thought it is good.
Soon after he was sworn in, Dissanayake said that he promised a clean government, but we know after decades of rule by the political elite, many members of both the politics in Sri Lanka, but as well as the military establishment, have deeply entrenched interests in the Sri Lankan economy. Do you think Dissanayake will be able to achieve a corruption-free politics under his watch?
This is going to be very challenging indeed, because corruption is entrenched. It is at all levels. Unfortunately, in the last decade or so, things got really bad, where the top leadership, the ministers, even the president, we believe, they were very corrupt. And I mean, I'm not saying that the last president was not like that, but other presidents have actually been very corrupt. And so when the top is bad, then it seeps down to the bottom. So yes, it will be a big challenge for him. The people he's going to appoint will be new to politics, new to governance, but they will be inheriting systems that have broken down. So it will be a challenge. But the fact that most of the public servants voted for President Dissanayake is an indication that although the public service itself is now regarded as quite corrupt, that there is the spirit of idealism is still there. What they want is a leader who shows the way, who is incorruptible. We think of Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore as a model to follow. And I think I would like to believe that President Dissanayake will be that person for Sri Lanka. He will stand firm, and his party will also support him in trying to maintain a corruption-free administration.
Okay, Jehan Perera, we'll have to leave it there. But thank you, as always, for joining us on the program.
Thank you.